you know, there's a lot of things in my life, hot rod related and everything, that I've done a really, really good job on. This was not one of them. What's going on, guys? Dan here, DSP Shop. As always, working on junk. So today I got a brand new windshield in this box. So I just got it a couple days ago. Finally got the motor running, or a motor running, I should say, not the motor, but a motor in this fine 66 Chevy. But it has got a smashed out windshield, and we got to put a new one in. So I struggled to find one of these local. Couldn't have any luck, or didn't have any luck. So I got it from Auto City Classics in the States. Now, if you guys don't order from these guys, I don't even know what you're doing. They had the windshield in stock, cheap, a couple $100. Green tint or clear. I got clear, I think, and ready to go. The screw around part that I have, and any other Canadian watching this, shipping, which not much you can do about it. It's got to come to Canada, and duty. It's like $500. Oh, and exchange by the time I got it. So moving south, getting paid in American dollars, and saving the duty would be pretty sweet. Anyways, I'm gonna put this somewhere where I don't break it. They do a lot of peanuts and packing to avoid people like me touching it. So, start working on this thing. So here's the candidate. Unfortunately, it's got a bunch of rock chips in it, but the main issue is this. No bueno. The other thing is this thing did leak. I don't know if you can see, but there's some lines where water, when it does rain or I wash it, it comes in and leaks down. I don't know if this is the original windshield. I kind of doubt it, just based on the excessive amount of schmoo someone put on there. An amateur such as myself. Oh man, I gotta put a hat on, just go to the shower. But anyways, we're gonna get on this thing. In the past, I've paid people, well, a guy, to do my windshield, and I'm at the point now where I want to try and do as much as I can myself. So nothing wrong with paying a guy, but hey, let's figure it out. The other thing is this is just a glue-in one. The ones where you got to rope them in, the rubber, are a little more difficult, but hey, let's have a challenge, right? So fairly minimal amount of tools we're going to need. This thing here, all these mostly I actually stole from Murr. So if you have an old man with a bunch of tools, it's cheaper to take his stuff to get your own. So this basically we'll put in there, and this will get the trim out, so I'll kind of show you how to do that. This piece here, I've never used this. This is like a little blade. And the idea is you put it kind of in and under the windshield, and you pull it, and it will, in theory, kind of cut through. I guess I do it this way. Cut through the adhesive, so you kind of have the blade in here. It's a two-hand job, one there as you're pulling. So we'll try that. I might add a little bit of heat just with a heat gun, see if we can get it going. I kind of want to just do the movie, push the windshield out with my feet on this thing, because it's junk. This is what you'd really want to use if you were trying to save the windshield, but that's garbage for us. Murr got himself, oh, clearly garage sale. This must be like an old person bathtub holder. And one of these are just little suction cups, so you kind of do one of those, and just makes putting the glass in easier. And some quick cure primerless auto gloss adhesive. That's pretty much it. And then I think the only tool we're going to use is a ratchet and a socket, because these top trim snap in, which I'll show you how to do that. But if you see here, this one here, which lasts to go on, maybe not, I guess it just goes in there. But first to come off, it's got one little mount screw right there. Then it probably has some little clips that I bet it'll just slide out of. And there's a center joint right there we got to be careful of. So we'll get set up and start taking all this trim off. Look at that Chevy door close. Okay, let's take this apart. Now I feel like on every video I should say this, but especially on stuff like this, I'm not an expert. This is the first time I'm doing it on this particular vintage of hot rod. Well, I done my Nova actually, so pretty much the same thing. And that being said, I had to do the Nova twice, because the first time we put it in, it didn't stick. And then when we tried to remove it, we broke it in half. So I had to buy a new windshield to put in. So it's a pretty good disclaimer. Okay, so we got that one little screw out. Oh yeah, the whole thing comes loose. So I'm thinking this will probably just slide out. Oh yeah, super easy. What do we got on? Some sort of little clips. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I broke one clip. And then one just has one that sticks out. And that's pretty freaking simple. A lot of times these clips, I don't know about these ones, but I know these side ones, they end up being in the glue or in the urethane type thing. So now the idea of this tool here, you slip it under the trim, and as you're you'll pull up, you'll feel the clip, and it's a spring-loaded clip, and it's trying to hold into the molding. So this tool goes in there and you're simply pulling it back. Hopefully that made sense. And hopefully I can do it without being embarrassed. So we go up, we found a clip. Give her a little bit of a pull. There you go. Another one. Be gentle if you care about the car and the moldings. Don't DD speed shop it. What's going on here? Once I get this out, I'll kind of show you. There we go. Perfect. So the way this works, very simple. But these are the little clips, as you can see, they're spring loaded. So all we're doing with the tool is we're getting up, man, an angle here. Jeez. And we're simply, well, pulling it out. Man, this is a terrible tutorial, but that's it. So pretty simple. Actually, this rubber still has some flex to it. So we'll get the top off, the other side off, and the other bottom piece. Oh yeah, so it just has these little clips here. Just slides on. This looks like a factory piece, but this fender is definitely not. I don't know about that fender. We'll find out when we take the trim off. All right, so as much as I just want to get in there and kick the windshield out like Mel Gibson would, we're gonna try using this tool because this is like a learning video for everybody. So, I mean, that's what we're working with. It's a blade, the right angle on it. And look at this little neoprene thing or whatever so you don't mangle it. So we'll try getting in the corner maybe. If I can get it. Wow, I already broke the windshield. Wow. Okay, so maybe I'm doing it wrong, or it's just the windshield's so broken anyways, doesn't matter. How can this be a thing? Man, if you were trying to take out a windshield here and trying to keep it, you'd be angry already. Wow, I'm destroying that. Well, I watched the YouTube tutorial, it looked so easy. Now some people did, oh, there we go. No? Wow, broke it again. What is happening? Okay, so this part of the video is don't do what Dan does. Dan doesn't know what he's doing. Wonder how in this thing really is. Oh, it's in there. Let's regroup. So we had the heat gun out. I was trying to heat it up a little bit, and well, let's wear our safety glasses, guys, just in case. But so I think what we're gonna do now, since we successfully mangled it, I'm just gonna try heating this thing up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna push out my feet and see what happens. Now there is trim on the inside, which I probably maybe should take off, and I'd recommend you take it off. But if I can get away with not taking it off, I'm gonna try and do that. So I'm lazy. All right, see what happens. Holy moly, man. Ooh. Well, I'm calling bullshit on Hollywood. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we got the top out. Let's work at the sides. The heat seemed to work. Let's put a little more on. Alright, let's try again. Destructive Dan's Auto Glass. Man. Nailed it. Okay, one side done. Luckily, it's a safety glass, so there's no chance of anyone getting hurt. Wow. Stuff is friggin' on there. Steering wheel, eh? How am I gonna get this? Whoops. Man, this is not going my way here. Alright, I'm gonna try and cut this one again. I don't think I can break it any more than it already is. I don't understand this at all. Oh, I found my glass prior, so we should be okay now. Patience is something I don't have. Oh yeah. Whoops. Look at that. It's basically falling apart now. Wow. This is some, there's some. You know what I think it is? I'm gonna go ahead and blame the previous glass guy, but the adhesive went so far in that it's no way my fault. Why don't you get under it though? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. And I could never in a million years. You know those guys go out there and take used glass out of a car in a wreck or something to save a few bucks? I am not that individual. Might be a little bit of vacuuming going on after this too. Oh, there we go. Come on, one more little piece there. They got this nice little handle now to grab. And just like that, windshield comes right out. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I bet glass in the motor is not the best thing. I mean, I don't know that, but I feel like glass is just melted rocks. Oh, we're gonna take this out in pieces. I don't think this one's going back together. There we go. Ridiculous. you know, there's a lot of things in my life, hot rod related and everything, that I've done a really, really good job on. This was not one of them. So we have a small amount of glass everywhere, so we got a lot of vacuuming ahead of us. But in the meantime, this is kind of what we're left with. So all this schmoo, which we didn't really do much cutting. So now I still have like an Olfa blade, and we're just gonna kind of, man, I am right-handed, so this is not handy, but kind of run it through like that. It'll come off in strips like that. Then once we're down in here, I'll just get like a wire wheel or like a roll lock disc. I'll clean this surface up really well. Down in here, looks like there's two little plates or whatever you want to call them each side, little bumpers. So the windshield goes in and it sits on that. Down here is actually in really nice shape. This is typically where a windshield is going to rot out. It's a little, you know, surface rusty, but there's no holes. So that's a bonus. So instead of clean all this up, come back with a wire wheel or something, get that all dialed together. And as you can see, I think there's a windshield put in this thing, and when they put it in, they glued it right to the garnish molding. So that's what this is, and there's glue all over it. So I don't even think that would have come out very nice, because like, look at this, it's overhanging right into it. So we didn't do that step because we're smart, not lazy. Okay, so we got most of the junk out. We're down to kind of, you know, somewhat bare metal-y area. Now, what this has, like I said, it has these two little pieces on each side. And they'll kind of cup the glass, so it can't go any further down. That's obviously your issue. And then we got kind of along the center as well. It's got like a little ridge it fits into. So we should be good along there. We got to clean up in there. Remember how I said we're going to use a nice roll lock and a wire wheel and all that sort of stuff? Well, instead I pulled out the grinder with an 80 grit disc on it. And we're going to go to this because I feel like this is my favorite tool. And I feel like I can control it the best. Sure, that's a good excuse. Let's get set up. Let's get this all cleaned up. I already called Murr. I don't know what he's doing. He's not answering. Like, he's my guy. So I guess I'll dial together. And then no primer, no stuff needed on this. So this stuff I found, I don't know, heat it up, make sure it really oozes out easily. And yeah, this is supposed to take, I guess, a day or less to set, which is fine. Push it in, put some tape on the windshield so it can't move around, and be done with it. And we gotta put the hood on. So, backup's here, Murr's around, and I had to modify my caulking gun, which only Murr gave me, so this is basically a default. It's got a big end on it and a small, that side, so I had to grind down that to make it all fit. But now, I have myself a window urethane installing gun.
Until you lose it.
Yeah, that'll... What? Where would I lose it? So, hopefully this is going to be all work. I think it'll be set. So now this is all done. Mer's giving me attitude about not having primer on this, but in my defense, it says primerless urethane adhesive. So that means it needs no primer.
I guess.
Took the glass out. Looks in good shape. I always hate having glass out. I want to put it in the car immediately. So we get less chance of breaking it. Actually, we push the hood on first, because otherwise put the glass in and slide the hood into it. But
And you're not going to take out the windshield wipers?
I was going to put a ratchet strap on them. Don't judge. So, we're going to clean this off real quick. Next time you see it, Danny's holding the camera, we'll be slapping some glass in. Yeah.
They're not even ratchet straps.
These are
And then they're going to go smack on your new glass.
Oh, there. How are you walking? Like, not even a rag under it. So, oh, the paint! Oh my goodness. Take your glasses off. Now we have a chance of really getting there. You do that and I'll clean the glass.
Yeah, let's do that.
One thing at a time, man.
Does this thing just fall out if you had this out before or no?
No.
Are we going to test fit it without the goo first or not so much? Okay. Just
How would we do something stupid like that?
well, I remember a time trying to put a windshield in a 55 Chevy that was a 57 Chevy windshield. But
We had 2 windshields at that time.
we did.
We only have 1 windshield here and this one's going in.
Kiddo?
I got my grinder out to make her fit.
Did you poke the end thing in?
Did I? Yes, I poked the end. Come on, Mer. What am I going to do without you?
I know. What are you going to do without me? But you're going to try.
You think more or less?
Yeah.
That looks kind of fun.
You want to do it?
Can I?
Sure, it's a little hard on the hands. You can do a bottom piece.
It's like icing a cake.
Maybe I should have poked out a couple holes in this thing.
Yeah, make it a little larger.
Now at least it'll be messy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a poker here? Poor Leatherman's really taking her today.
I think you might make your hole a little larger, or orifice a little larger
Thanks, Mer.
while you're at it.
I buggered this.
Did you?
One stuck.
This is really riveting stuff, guys.
This is some good watching.
I don't think the autoglass people have any great fears of being put out of business by DD Speed Shop.
No. Jim's autoglass is great. Don't worry. We're not going after him. Like, we weren't really paying attention when the glass came out where it was.
Where it was glued down, yeah.
But I assume this is where the grinder was. This is where the most stuff was.
Yeah.
And I know on one car we went too high up,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see all the goo.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want that either.
Mm.
No.
You should have some kind of little something to keep the glass from
That's this
sliding
right here.
down too.
It's got these on each side.
Oh, it's still there, right? Oh, good. A lot of times those rust away.
Well, they're plastic, so
Oh,
I don't think they're
the
rusting.
newest innovation for '66.
Probably big. When you buy a top of the line model, like
Yeah, you get these
Biscayne,
things. Yeah. Dirty look number 204.
Okay, you don't have to get that close. I'm not that short. What do I do?
Squeeze the trigger and move the gun.
Oh God.
Come on, muscles. Wow. Oh yeah, there you go.
Why is it so hard?
That's ridiculous.
Can you see?
Oh yeah.
The
The
sound.
small amount that's coming out. And then
Look at my fists. They're just
You need
like.
to picture the camera on her, not that. I think she's.
Is that a bead of sweat happening? Oh, don't go up in there.
Well, you didn't say where to stop.
Just keep going.
You just. You said not to!
This way. You're going too high. There you go. Whatever you're doing is fine. Wow. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and redo that real quick and we'll put the glass in.
Did you tell the people about your glass installers?
I told them, yeah. Well, it's an old man shower thing is what it really is.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It said $5 on it. What'd you really pay?
2.
That's an average garage sale list.
Huh? That's right.
So you wouldn't know, but he likes to go sailing every weekend.
Yeah,
Garage sailing.
that's right.
What a psychopath. Okay, so this will be my side. You want the old man handle on yours?
Wherever.
Well, that's garbage.
I just tried to get it home.
I think it's too much curve. We might have to have it up and down ways versus lengthways.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, I know my glass.
You do.
Take your time till the camera's on.
I feel like you don't
Well,
want him
look.
taking a little time
Alright,
to make sure
so I'll
it
go up.
sticks.
You gotta step back. I'm going around right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're out of the kill zone.
Okay.
I think. How much room do you have to the?
You got about 3/8 of an inch to the side, and probably about the same at the top.
I think it's in. Oh, totally missed down there. Oh, it's gonna get down a little.
Down.
Right there. I think it's installed. So you go down a little more actually, eh? Was yours sitting on the plastic yet or not?
Is this the plastic piece right here? That's not.
It's right up against the fender.
Yeah, no, it's a 1/4 inch away. So I go down more.
Yeah, maybe. Somebody's why go down anymore? You might just be happy right there.
I think it might be.
Now I understand how the
Yeah, because it's actually touching whatever, something here, and a bit pile of rust or something, but it's touching right here, so it's not going anywhere past whatever this is sticking out.
installed.
Installed.
Get all this
Yeah,
in here. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to or not, but I got an extra tube.
yeah.
I want to make sure it's not
I
leaking.
think that's a darn good thing to do.
Is that what you think on the glass mirror?
That's what I think. Ooh, shiny.
Everything's new because I lose old shit.
You lose everything. You lose the new shit.
Bolts are cheap.
Bolts are cheap.
My time is expensive.
It's a good thing bolts are cheap. You know what you go through.
Don't rest it on the windshield. Okay. You got it. Usually I don't care about that, but now the windshield being a pain to get, I have imminent fear.
Why didn't you do the hood first?
I don't know. I wanted to build suspense in the video. Okay, we're safe. Yeah. This hood has come off this car a ludicrous amount of times.
The bolt holes are worn out from being on and off so many times.
These hinges.
Yeah, those hinges are probably a little tired.
Can you push up? There we go. Struggle.
Okay.
Put this in real quick. Okay, windshield didn't break.
Yeah, good deal.
So now this is a farewell to Murr. He's leaving us for the winter.
Leaving us, yeah.
He avoids snow. We're gonna miss him.
No,
Oh, Murr.
I'll have to criticize long distance
You're just like the people now.
on YouTube, like
He's-
everybody else. I
He's
know.
on time. I don't, on purpose, when he's gone, I don't give him any up-to-date stuff.
I know. It's like
He finds out when everyone else finds out.
I'm just like all the rest of the plebeians. Just you don't find out until it actually happens, rather than
He calls and gets mad at us
Yeah.
that we don't tell him what's going on.
I know.
But that's the fun.
But that's the fun.
Fun for me. I got to enjoy the little things. So, we'll get the hood fit up, let this dry a little bit, and I'll put the clips in, we'll end the video. A pretty exciting day. Well, it's actually the next day. I jumped ahead just a little bit. Look at that thing. Man, that windshield looks good. So I put the little trim on. Unfortunately, somehow, I've lost the final little clip to hold this one piece in with the little screw. So, I don't know. Must be on the ground somewhere. I gotta do a little cleaning up and we'll find it, put it back together, and then basically just dial it together. So I didn't film anything. This just all snapped together. No issues there. A few spots where the little, ear thing went down a little bit. And we got to clean everything. Luckily, this one, the rearview mirror was not in the windshield, so super easy. So that's it for this one. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below. Make sure you give Murr a little high five in the comments. We're not going to see him for a few months now. He has to winter somewhere warmer because he's getting soft in his old age. Man, I love this thing. Auto City Classics, those guys always hook everybody up. For sure, if you're looking for glass, I paid for this. It's not a sponsored thing or nothing. They're just good guys to deal with. They work fast. The pricing is fair. That's rare. That's a really rare thing, and especially because they're like the only game in town. So go give them a little bit of love because we need to keep that guy in business. We need these old cars on the road, and unfortunately, they all need windshields. See you in the next video.